Welcome to Glean GO. I'm really excited to be here today to update you all on some new features coming to Glean. And I'm joined by my colleagues from engineering, sales, and customer success. We want to show you some of the new features that are going to enable you to make work AI work. So when Glean started, we started as enterprise search, and we had a box where you put a query like you do with all search inside the box. And then we added chat where you could converse with Glean and get answers, again, in a box. Now we want to go outside the box. We want to go outside the box so that you can use more advanced prompts, so that you can use prompts you can create them, you can share them, you can find them in a prompt library. So we want to be able to enable you to create both simple and advanced prompts. So an advanced prompt is a prompt that may call the LLMs multiple times, will do more advanced workflows and take action on your behalf. When I talk to customers, they often say, even if they have the AI tools, they don't know how to leverage them. And there's only a small percentage of people in the organization that really know how to create good prompts. So how do we enable an entire organization on prompts? How do we make it easy to find and discover ways to use AI to increase productivity? This is what we want to show you today. Now, we launched a couple months ago Glean Apps, and Glean Prompts are going to work with apps to have a full suite of functionality. So with that, I want to hand it over to Nate from our sales team to show you how he uses Glean. Take it away, Nate.
Thanks, Tamar. Hey everyone, I'm Nate and I lead a sales team here at Glean. And as Tamar mentioned, we're going to be sharing a bit more about how prompts fit into our day-to-day lives. Without further ado, let's get into it.
In sales, our goal is to maximize time spent on revenue-generating activities and building relationships with our customers. The inverse of that, we want to eliminate tasks that waste our time. Ryan, as an account executive, I know you have tons of tasks that would be great to automate so you could focus your time on closing deals.
Yeah, absolutely, Nate. You can imagine I'm managing multiple different accounts, and on any given day, I'm switching between applications just to complete various different tasks, all of which is taking valuable time away from my customers. Even something as simple as prepping for an upcoming meeting can take a significant chunk from my day. In fact, let me show you how this looks like in real life. I'll start by creating a prompt, and first thing I want to do is give the prompt a name. So for this example, we'll use meeting prep, and then add some instructions as well. And in this particular example, I'm asking the assistant to prepare me for my upcoming meeting with the CIO at Reddit based on our last interaction. So then I'll issue the prompt to summarize our last call, identify action items, and even create questions that I can be prepared to ask for the upcoming meeting. When I submit the prompt, it gives me exactly what I need, outlining past context and questions to be prepared for the call. This is so valuable that I'm going to actually save it as a template for future use. With a couple of calls like this per day, I'm able to shed my time to prep for these upcoming meetings by 50%. It's even available as an app on my phone, so I can pull this up very quickly in preparation when I'm going from meeting to meeting. You can imagine how powerful this is, not just for myself as a rep, but also SEs and other folks as part of the company who are stretched thin and are looking to maximize productivity.
Okay, so now that the prep work is complete, what about after the call?
Yeah, Nate, it's a great question because I want to spend as much time as possible in front of customers to accelerate my deals. But I also need to be able to keep Salesforce up to date for leadership so they have visibility into my activity. And you can ask any sales rep. This process is tedious, it's manual, and it's time consuming, but Glean makes this so much easier. Let's go back to the prompt library, and you'll notice I have another one saved titled Gong to Salesforce. And what I appreciate most about this one in particular is the fact that I didn't have to create this. Our enablement team did. Not to mention they perfected it to the point where now not just myself, but everyone's able to utilize this, saving us a ton of time. So when I open it up, it's already pre-populated. All I have to do is fill in the name of the prospect. Like for this example, we'll use Greenscape. And then from there, it'll be able to provide me information on the most recent Gong calls, most relevant Salesforce opportunity, as well as just general information about the account that I can go ahead and populate into the Salesforce field.
I'm so happy we've got this in our toolbox at Glean, Ryan. I've seen our opportunity records in Salesforce are way more accurate and up to date without having to bug you and the rest of the team. And now whenever we have forecast calls or pipeline reviews, I can step in, ask impactful questions, and know exactly what's going on beforehand. So making the best use of everyone's time and driving our deals forward. It's extremely helpful having up-to-date information, but it's especially important because the answers we get back from generative AI are only as good as the data that we feed into it. Even us in sales, we also need context from tools outside of our sales-focused tech stack. And we hear the same exact thing from our customers. One example is when we're trying to understand the latest product updates and actually give those updates to our customers. Let me show you what this looks like. In this prompt, we can start by searching our feature request board in Jira and our Slack launches channel. I can give guidance on how to format the response and can answer a question in customer-facing email. When I hit run, I can determine the status of the feature and who the Glean product manager is. Glean then creates a draft customer email that I can use as a template to send to customers. We work in such a fast-paced environment, and all of this helps my team follow through on the constant stream of new information way more quickly and effectively. Since I don't want these productivity gains to stop with me, I can save this prompt as a template and share it with the team. And as you can imagine, across the 5 to 10 reps that I'm working with, this might decrease prospecting times from 2 hours to 30 minutes each. And as the team grows, it's easier for them to catch up and stay on par with top performers like you, Ryan. Tony, I know your engineering team's been growing pretty quickly. Can you tell us a bit about how you've been getting folks up to speed and onboarded?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the big challenges in every engineering organization that I've been a part of is onboarding. And one of the things I love about Glean is that multiple new engineers have come up to me and said how Glean has led to the fastest onboarding experience that they've had in their careers. That's because it not just helps you find how things work, but gives you the context into the past decisions that were made and lets you find the experts that are relevant in any area of the org. And one of the things that takes longest in onboarding is getting ready for production on call. That's because it requires the ability to troubleshoot basically any issue imaginable or know exactly who to pull in if you can't. Lauren, I know we have recently made some breakthrough with how helpful Glean is for production on call. Can you show us?
Yeah. When someone's on call, it's really hard for them to have context over the thousands of different issues flying around. And I've been at Glean for over 3 years and I still have trouble with it sometimes. So you can imagine if someone's just joining the company, they don't really have context over these different systems and failure points. There's this advanced prompt that I want to show you.
Okay.
It is a total lifesaver. All right. So when I open up the prompt, all I have to do is add a Jira ticket and click run. I get key information like related issues, possible playbooks to resolve the issue. And then if I have additional questions, I can see a list of experts too. I can click on the playbook to learn more. I can also add a comment to Jira with this information, and it's all in Glean.
Love it. Yeah, teams here have definitely been reporting already how much more manageable on-call is than before. I've also heard a bit about how it's getting more intelligent over time. Can you give us a sneak peek there?
Yeah, so you saw that in this prompt, I had added a lot of predefined guidance. Over time, Glean Assistant will become more and more agentic, meaning it'll pre-populate that stuff for me, so I don't have to do as much.
Yeah, this is going to be the game changer in how we all work as engineers.
Yeah. There's actually one more prompt that I want to show you. It's one of my favorites, and it saves a lot of time for code reviews.
Great, love to see it.
Cool. So this is our Glean reviewer, and it reviews pull requests to find issues. For those of you who don't know what a pull request is, it's where we engineers review and discuss code before merging it into the main repository. So this prompt pulls information from GitHub, Jira, and Slack. So we're going to go into a lot of detail with this one. First, I'm going to ask it to read and understand all of the code changes in the pull request. I'm then going to ask it to get additional context by reading Jira tickets, other pull requests, and Slack threads associated with it. And then finally, I'm going to ask it to reference our internal style guides to verify if the pull request follows our best practices. So what does this look like in action? Let me start by showing you the pull requests that we have in GitHub and the Jira ticket linked here that has the additional context about that code change. I'm going to copy the GitHub link and put it into the prompt. And when I do this, I get insights on actionable issues and a summary of suggested changes. By leveraging our internal APIs, we've actually set up this workflow to auto-trigger and comment on all of our new pull requests in GitHub. And it's helped the team find issues in the pull requests, catch things that the authors might have missed, and actually improve test quality and coverage as well.
Wow, this just saves a ton of time and back and forth in the code review process.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, code reviews take hours, if not days, and so cutting down on that time is really, really useful. We've actually seen feedback iteration go down by about half. Actually, one of my coworkers had built this prompt the other day, and seeing how valuable it would be, shared it with the whole org, and now we all use it to move faster.
Yeah, I just love seeing how this comes together when AI is actually able to be grounded in the full context of a company's knowledge. With that, Jay, you work directly with our customers to have successful implementations. Can you give us an overview of some of the challenges you're seeing there?
Yes, I can. When companies try to build AI tools themselves, there's a mismatch between vision and reality. Obviously, they want AI to have a huge impact across their company, and they're trying to leverage AI to set their companies apart. But they need the teams that are going to train, test, and maintain these solutions, and also drive adoption across the workforce. And often, this is a lot more expensive and challenging than it initially seems. And in many cases, they just don't have employees who've interacted with generative AI solutions at work before. And I know you work with a lot of support and service organizations to ensure that they're being successful with Glean. How are they implementing AI?
Yeah, good question, Jay. So as a customer success manager, I hear from service and support teams that they often struggle to find the information they're looking for, context about what's happening across the company, and all of the processes that they need to follow in order to complete their work. So one of the main solutions they've implemented is the prompt library, which allows them to see prompts that guide them to that information, that context, the processes that they need to learn in order to do their jobs more quickly. So an example of a simple prompt might be asking about support technical documents, whereas an advanced prompt, I can show you here, an advanced prompt might be more related to like automating steps to resolve an issue. So if I click into this specific prompt here, this is one that I like in particular, it will summarize the ticket, it'll give me next steps, and it'll allow me to compile a knowledge article. So when I run the prompt, you can see it here, you can see the response, the potential steps to resolve the issue. I can copy the knowledge article, edit it, and share it out with teammates who might have similar questions in the future. Now, another area of feedback we've gotten from customers is having the ability to access content from within Zendesk and Service Cloud. So let me just show you this. I'm gonna pop over to Zendesk. If I open a case in Zendesk, you can see the summary, right? The next steps. What's nice about this is that I can dive deeper in to see related documents, similar tickets, even identify experts. So all in one place, I can then, once I've understood the issue, I can incorporate that into the response and respond to the ticket.
That's awesome. So do we know how much this is actually helping teams?
Yeah, great question. We're seeing great results. We're seeing up to a 20% decrease in resolution times and saving agents more than an hour a day responding to tickets, which is pretty incredible when you think about the value this is going to create for support and service teams and a better customer experience.
Love it. It's great to see how AI-powered solutions are actually helping companies become a lot more efficient and also deliver a better experience for their customers. Let's now hear from some of our customers on how they're using Glean to change the way they work. And when we come back, Tamar will wrap and close us out.
I use Glean pretty much every day at work.
I use it all day long. I use it in the morning, I use it in the evening.
Everything is in Glean, and it should be your homepage.
Once you use it, you'll be wondering, oh, where was this my whole life up till now?
Glean provides me with a lot of save time.
The time to value with minimal to no training curve is a wonderful thing as far as productivity impact. If everyone can be 1%, 2%, 3%, 5% more efficient across your entire organization, what does that unlock?
I mean, I've created apps in 5 minutes and then been able to launch them and provide value pretty instantly.
Glean and these kinds of tools actually help you spend more time in that region that you want to get to, the more higher impact, higher value regions.
Sometimes I will use Glean to help me come up with headlines or help me develop text for intranet articles.
I built an app on Glean called Writing in Style that actually uses the information from a particular executive to help others write in that executive's voice.
I've used Glean to create a custom app for projects, so we can hook that up easily to knowledge sources.
So when you're looking for one detail that's buried in a 50-page document, it can be very helpful to have a natural language interface.
It makes a process of trying to find an appropriate sales play. It takes it from maybe a half hour to an hour exercise down to about a 2-second exercise.
The concept of AI can be really daunting for people. And I think Glean makes an AI search, especially when it comes to the Glean chat, very approachable and it's very user-friendly.
I use the Gen AI capability, especially for our legal org. I can simply search for, hey, what is our NDA policy? And it gives me a very clear answer, plus it gives me the source.
Instead of just finding options, you're now finding answers.
Glean has been the most valuable thing that we've had in the time that I've been here, 5.5 years. It literally makes me more efficient every day.
I think the sky's the limit. I think about getting ahead of market trends, industry trends, regional trends.
This is very, very sticky and it's very useful.
It absolutely changed my life, and I think everyone should implement it in their workplace.
Glean is clearly at the bleeding edge, and it just leaves me excited to see where it's going to go in the future.
Thank you to everyone for sharing your stories about how you're using Glean to make work AI work. Before I leave today, I want to tell you about one of my favorite prompts. I recently created an advanced prompt to update me on a feature, let me know if there are any open issues, any bugs, customer feedback, and most importantly, what the latest launch date is. So I'm very happy to say that our next gen features are going live. If you're an existing customer, you can go to our prompt library. You can see some of the prompts that we talked about today, and you can also create and share your own. If you're not a customer, head on over to our website and learn more about Glean. So with that, I really want to thank everyone who has worked on this and all of our customers for sharing their stories. Thank you.